Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
It's a good start because my question was very connected. Maybe now I just formulate it differently because of Mila's introduction. What I have been noticing lately is this discomfort in the body, but it's also a discomfort of the mind that I mainly experience in silence. And I know most of the times that it is not just my discomfort, it is a discomfort of the other person too. And when I was looking what is this discomfort in me, then I came to shame. So I wanted to ask if like this shame and vulnerability, if they're like the same thing, like just not allowing for us to be seen as we are, or yes, a few words on that, because I can feel this is some kind of resistance also. Mainly like we speak and we joke or whatever when there is not only, but like when there is some kind of discomfort, then it is kind of trying to be avoided through that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's not as exactly same thing, but it is related. No? Like the shame and vulnerability is not same thing, but more you can say shame is a shape given to the vulnerability, no? Like a shape, a form given to the formless vulnerability. So there is a formless vulnerability being lived inside us, no? At the subtler level or core level of being. That vulnerability is basically what we can call which is the result of not knowing who we are or not living who we are. So when we are not living who we are, there is a sense of weakness inside us being lived. That sense of weakness is in everyone, by the way. Meaning, at some point, it becomes clear to us that it is in everyone. But it is not felt in everyone as vulnerable or weak, because it is buried deep in the unconsciousness in most of the cases, in most of the people, because the energy is going in the body mind experiencing and thinking also about the individual self that we are at that time. No? So that's why no energy comes here, or no attention is given, or consciousness is given to it. That's why it remains buried, but it is there in everyone. So like this, effectively, everyone is actually feeling vulnerable at the core, unless we discover who we are and start living that. So vulnerable basically is like a in the belly. Let's say belly. I'm using the word belly like physically also in the body, but in a way like a core of ourself also. So in the core of ourself, there's a mystery, and that mystery is actually like emptiness. It's a divine emptiness. But in relation to what is what is what has covered this divine emptiness, the body, the other different layers, it is very different, because body is like physical, mental, like there is something tangible about it, and the emptiness doesn't have anything tangible about it. So in relation to that, it looks like weakness, vulnerable. However, it is the very source of strength of the whole universe. This emptiness inside you, which looks like vulnerable, is the source of strength of everything in you, if it is approached correctly. What we are doing is, we are using the language of the physicality, mental and emotional layers to define it, to meet it, to experience it. And then it looks vulnerable. No, it is not vulnerable. It is super strong, but in different way. And meditation, dhyana and satsang is the way to to learn how to meet it in the right way. Like allowing it to be what it is, not trying to change it, because nobody can change it. We get destroyed or disturbed. Anything which tries to hit it, it just gets destroyed and disturbed. Because it is that divine, sacred emptiness, the presence of the absolute inside us. So yes, it feels vulnerable in relation to the way a person feels strong. The way of person to feel strong, it looks vulnerable, but it is not. Because the very way of person to feel strong is rooted in falsity. And this is truth. And once we cover it in some way through the mind that no, this is not something. There is something like a weakness in me that is manifested now or translated into some feelings also. One is shame. One is sense of inferiority also, like I'm inferior. We are neither inferior from anyone nor superior from anyone. We can never be, because we are never comparable. We are all trees coming out of the soil of Lord, of the same truth. No? We are not comparable in that way. Maybe we are comparable in terms of performance, maybe. How well, how is, like, how intensely I'm living, let's say, maybe that can be compared. Or am I kind of resisting? But not what fruits I am producing, what fruits you are producing, what flowers, what leaves, what type of color, how many branches. So shame is a in-between thing. Probably it is like you, the pure being, want to live the truth that you are and not able to, and feeling some kind of regret maybe. And you as a person not able to do certain things because of this also maybe, and again you are feeling some kind of regret, and cumulatively it is felt like shame maybe. Collectively, like the essence of, like, the juice of all these regrets is felt like, oh, you are not ashamed in front of others, towards others. You are ashamed with yourself in a way. No? Please see, this is really true. If we are not ashamed of ourselves or to ourselves, we will not be ashamed to anyone actually. You know what I mean? We are just working with ourselves only. And if we are clear with ourselves, we are clear with all. You know? This is what I felt. But I know now that many times it may not be so clear when it comes in the words. So please tell me that did it reach you?
Yes, thank you. I have, when I have tears, then I know that you touched like the core and the most beautiful in me. This shame is coming really with also with masters, or like also with you. It's also like a shame of I'm wasting all of your guys' time in a way, like why didn't I yet, because I know what it is, and I live it, but sometimes then I don't, and then it's also this shame of like what am I waiting for, or like that. Thank you.
Totally understand. Yes, yes, yes. Try to see it as neutrally as possible, like as if you are a scientist working on your own self. No? And then, even if you will feel emotions very strongly, you will not be emotional when looking at them, no? Or affected by them when looking at them. No? Feel this right now, because I'm trying to offer you and live with you. I'm living with you, and at this truth that you are that absolute being who has the capacity to look at it so neutrally that the emotion remains, you know, but like it is not distorted or dissolved, and yet somehow you the perceiver of it is not affected by it. Like as if you have become that space, meaning you have become aware that I am that space in which it is happening. I am the space of awareness in which it is happening. You have awareness, I am that awareness, no? Like this. And so you are giving enough space to it, but it is not your problem anymore. It was your problem because it was affecting you, affecting your ability to perceive. Now it is not affecting your, influencing your ability to perceive anymore. And by the way, Anna, this is the way of the being. What we are living right now is the way of the being to transform anything into the holistic, harmony inside us. No? Like you are now not running in any corner of your body, mind, and layers. You are just not going anywhere. You are not shutting down. You are not opening more intensely. Everything is allowed to be the way it is now. And you are allowing yourself to be who you are now. Not knowing so clearly. So knowledge is less, but the experiencing, perceiving is pure as it is. It is neither too open, it is neither too close. It is as it is. But here, you are not a person, you are not an entity, you are not defined so easy, so well here. Like I am, you feel that I am, but not so well defined. And it's okay. There is no need to define. This is that moment of perceiving purely. Because what we will use to define is that which we are perceiving right now. If you want to define, use your own inbuilt abilities which you are not perceiving. Anything you are perceiving, don't use it to define who you are right now. Okay? The mind, the thoughts, the feelings, the abilities. Don't use any of that material to define who you are because it makes no sense. That's okay to live in the form, to define ourselves using the material of the form. But right now, there is no need to define. And that material which creates shame, that sense of vulnerability is not all gone, but right now it cannot be experienced. Because you are not affected by it right now at all. You are living in the purity of your being. From the purity of your being, many things cannot be experienced really inside us. Because they are relative experiences. Relative in the sense that the experiencer is affected by them or something similar. Then only they can be experienced as real. Or even they are visible. Certain things are not visible at all when you are living in the purity of your being. But the joy is here, the truth of who we are is here. In that experience of vulnerability and up to some degree maybe shame will also come back. And it's okay. But now you know the truth of it. That the more I'm affected by these things which are happening inside me, the more these things become different in my experience. Do you see what I'm saying? Like right now, there is no black and white for you. But as soon as you will be affected by the black, the white will look more white. As soon as you will be affected by the white, the black will look more black, like this. But right now you are beyond both. You are this pure perceiver, the being, the pure being of life. That's why you are simply allowing everything to be the way it is. And they just have lost all those colors which you were seeing in them. Because they were not really there in them. They were more uh, between somewhere, between the experience and the experiencer. More in the experiencer. And when you will come out of this purity into the role of an individual, those things will kind of come back up to some degree, but much less now. And also you will know the truth of them much more now. And there is an improvement possible also there. And this is what we are doing is also a possibility to improve that indirectly, fundamentally. No? That's why meditation is most fundamental way of correcting many things in our life, but indirectly, more fundamentally. When we are too much attached to the belief that the shame is shame only, it's just about how to find a solution for it, then this method may not work for us. But if we are open, that I don't know what it is called, I don't insist so much what it is. I just am not happy and I want to be happy. I'm not free and I want to be free. Then this method will work, what we are using right now. So thank you, Anna. Very beautiful talking to you.